I have to tell you, this campaign for president is is going south. It's going out of control. And it's so amazing to see what's happening. I'm learning a lot. Really am learning a lot. I'm writing a note to myself because something I want to remember to tell you about. All right. But a lot going on, folks. You're going to have to really make up your own mind and in this election, because you're not going to get the truth from the liberal media at this point, and or mainstream media, whatever you want to call them. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, I was thinking this morning, when was it the last time that the mainstream media reported day in and day out major stories about Hillary wrongdoing? There are some new emails out from WikiLeaks about her, her scandals when she was running against Bernie Sanders, how they plotted to take him out, and even Brazil. What's Brazil's first name? Donna Brazil gave her an answer to a question before the debate between she and Bernie Sanders. And all this stuff is out right now. WikiLeaks put it out. And you're not hearing about it at all in the mainstream media. The New York Times, no one else other than conservative media is reporting it. The mainstream media has clearly taken the side of Hillary Clinton and, just against Donald Trump. And they don't care that we know it. They are just out there now. They are not fair at all in this election. They know that we know, and they don't care that we know. They tell us what they want us to hear and believe. They are trying to make decisions for us, not present both sides, that we might make the right decision. That's what we are dealing with. It is clearly a spiritual warfare between good and evil, right versus wrong. There are some women that these Democrats have dug up who are now accusing the Donald Trump of quote-unquote sexual harassment. They're out there. We got it just one thing after another. My producer and I was saying this morning, if anyone can handle all of this, it would be Donald Trump. There's not one other person that we are aware of on earth who can handle all of these accusers and the media and the rhino Republicans. No one else can handle this. And I remember when they accused Herman Cain, the black conservative from Georgia who ran for president, representing the Republican Party, was doing very well at one point in the polls with the people, and they brought out the accusers, female accusers. And Herman just eventually just gave up on it. It is mind-blowing. And also, I was talking to a family yesterday, a father and a mother, and they have sons and daughters, and their sons are becoming teenagers, and as a result, they're starting to be interested in girls. And it has put fear, and it's so sad, but it's put fear in the father and the mother, and that they're now teaching their sons that they never, ever be with a girl alone. Not at school, if you go to their house for a party or whatever, do not be with her alone in a room or anything. And when other people leave the party, get out of there. Leave. Isn't that amazing? Do not be caught with a girl alone. These boys are very smart, according to the parents. They are very smart, and you don't know where their life will end if they continue in the way they're going, especially having two good parents. And these parents are in fear for their sons that these girls are now being taught to accuse them. And just imagine if a young boy is dating one girl and he decides, for whatever reason, to date another one and get rid of that one, she can easily just accuse him. And it would be taken for granted that she is right. There would be no doubt about it. This is promoted primarily by liberals. I know that there are conservative women there are some conservative women who use it at will too, whenever it's convenient for them. But these parents, I hadn't realized how bad it had gotten for young boys growing up, but it makes sense. I don't have any young kids growing up, but it makes sense. I was listening to a radio show coming in this morning, and there's a group of black women who have organized, and now they're going around teaching young black girls to tell it, to let somebody know that, and that they can be raped and they can be this. Can you imagine? Because you know how difficult it is when you're a teenager, you call yourself dating, you're emotionally attached to a boy, and then you've been taught to just accuse him. Let somebody know, tell somebody. You can so easily make that up, and it's over for that young man. Every man is guilty now. Every man. And these accusers pull that out at will. They get angry about something. You don't return their call or a text. They can just accuse you. Because generation and generation of young girls have been taught to do this. Some amazing stuff happening right before our eyes, and it seems that there's no way to stop it now. Billy Graham used to do that. He said he would never be alone in a room with a woman. He'd never be alone in a room with a woman. All they have to do is use emotional language. When I counsel with women now, I leave the doors open and everything. You used to close the door, but you just can't do that anymore because, you want a private conversation. You didn't want the people business all over the office building. But you can't take that risk now. Because a woman can say, I felt violated. What the hell does that mean? I felt violated. Andre, did you know that Satan was called the Accuser? That was his primary name. Satan's primary name is the Accuser. Just let that sink in. Satan's primary name is the Accuser. And that's what we have in our country now, accusers. Accusers. So I want to say to the parents out there, fathers and mothers who are trying to raise good, decent boys, you have to change. And it's unfortunate because the boys are not going to like it. They want to feel free. Because a lot of these boys are not thinking about sex, and they don't see females as a sex object yet. They just see them as friends. The boys have not been, introduced into sex, or they've not been violated, and they just see male and female. They're going to, school. They're dating. They're going to parties. Just in their minds, they're having a good time, not realizing that the accuser is lurking. That's what has happened in our country. And if Hillary Clinton get in there, imagine where that's going to go with laws and accusers coming out, and it's going to be bad. One thing I've noticed about the women who have these types of heart, they don't mind lying about it. They'll just accuse you. They're mad at you. They don't like you. They disagree. They will make up a story and present it emotionally, like it's just so true, and I'm just so hurt, and I was so violated. And he looked at me, and I knew what he wanted. It's a mess. We live in a totally different country now. And Trump is fighting to make it great again.